want to share a little story about a patient. He's on the older side and he is on a lot of supplements. And a lot of supplements, I've probably recommended almost all of them to him. I have a problem with that. Why do I have a problem with that? Because at my core, my foundational thought process is that we should not need to be on a whole list of supplements, 20 supplements, 30 supplements. And some of my patients take 30, 40 supplements a day. That should not be done at baseline. It should not be done to cover up symptoms or cover up diseases. The one time, there's a few times where it makes sense to do it. And in this person's case, it actually makes sense when you look at it from one point of view. He's very much doing it because he's not able to, or willing to, I should say, look himself really in the mirror and take bold action to change his lifestyle and his circumstances. And so he has a lot of symptoms and a lot of medical conditions and a lot of diseases because he's not willing to do those things, to do the things necessary to overcome them, most of which could be overcome with lifestyle modifications. However, again, because he's not willing to do those things, he is on so many supplements per my recommendation, because if he weren't, he would be a hell of a lot less healthy realistically. And we're probably saving him from being on an additional 5 or 6 medications would be my guess. And so is there a time and a place to be on a crap load of supplements? Yes, I think this is one of those cases where it's really important to just have that compassion for individuals who are not, in the mindset or emotionally able or willing or capable of making major changes. I think some of us are just kind of wusses, but other people really are in hard situations where they've lived such a life out of balance that overcoming those imbalances would be so much more than it might be for someone like myself, for example. So I can have a lot of compassion for those individuals. If you're watching this and you're one of those, I so much compassion. I'm not in your shoes. I recognize that there's situations where it makes sense to be on a lot of supplements. However, I wanted to make this because I think too many people use supplements as Bandaids to cover up symptoms, to cover up diseases, because you're not looking in the mirror and not willing or able to make the changes necessary to get off of those supplements. Again, some people, it makes sense. The other category might be like a super healthy person who really is biohacking, having fun, checking their longevity markers, their labs, sampling this supplement. I mean, there's so many seemingly amazing supplements out there nowadays with great marketing behind them and truly great products that can really move the needle. So that would be another kind of category of people who I would say makes sense to be on a lot of supplements potentially, right? But I just see too many people on more supplements than I would like to see them on. And, it's like a digestive enzyme, right? We sell them in my office. We sell a lot of them. I take digestive enzymes sometimes. If I ate a poor quality meal, I try to do my best to take some digestive enzymes. However, that's covering up. It's covering up my shortcomings. It's covering up my inactions, right? And so if you're somebody who relies on digestive enzymes with every meal, maybe there's an opportunity there for you to really address the underlying situation, which is cleaning up the diet, cleaning up the foods you eat, paying attention to the foods. Is that food in front of you is it taking you towards health or away from health? And because that's what every bite is doing. Every bite of food has this amazing healing potential. And it's a spectrum. There's a wide spectrum from super healing to getting a little bit more towards neutral, and then over on the other side of the spectrum, a food that's a poison, right? But does very little goodness. And so again, I'm covering my shortcomings when I take in digestive enzymes. Sometimes it's worth it. A social situation, a birthday party, a holiday get together with a bunch of family or friends, I think that's a situation where it makes sense to go a little bit overboard, potentially. Not necessarily, not like you have to. But hey, if you're just gonna have a ball during that time and take some digestive enzymes, great. Totally great. I think, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. But if that's a daily occurrence or like with every meal occurrence, then there's probably a lot of simple work you could do. So the digestive enzymes is just one example. There's a whole, there's examples for every other supplement that you're taking probably. So thought I'd share that story about that individual who's on too many supplements from some standpoint. Hope that's useful.